Alright, hey, what's up people? And today we're gonna be launching Homebrew on 11.2.0-35. So this works on any 3DS, 2DS, or new 3DS that ends with the letter U, E, or J. Okay, so we're gonna be doing the OOTHAX tutorial, or OOTHAX tutorial, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, let's get started here. So before we get actually started, you're gonna need power saves or power saves pro. I'm not sure about this one. I would stay away from it because I mean this only works for power saves and this only says power play, so either of these two will work, so just ignore this one right here because not sure if it'll work. Okay, and we're gonna need a cartridge copy of Ocarina of Time. So this is the North American version. There's also the things, this one right here. Give me a second if I could find it. And then Nintendo Select Zelda. Yeah, I'll work with this one as well, the Nintendo Select version. I mean, it's the same thing. There's nothing else that changes. Okay, so as long as you have either of these three, should be good to go. I think this is for Japan and Europe. I believe that's how the cover looks like. And this is the North American version cover. Okay. Now, make sure you download the Homebrew Starter Kit. If you already have it, do not worry about it. The old Homebrew Starter Kit works. I don't believe it has been updated yet, but if you don't already have it, just download it and install it into the root of your SD card. Okay. Alright. Second of all, remove your SD card and place it into your computer, or if you have an SD card reader. Okay. You know what? I'll show you guys the Homebrew Starter Kit. Why not? Alright, I'm gonna show them folder. Unzip, and you don't have to unzip it, which I normally wouldn't do just because I'm already used to this. So I'm gonna open up my SD card here and highlight the 3DS themes and boot.3dsx. Just drag it to the root of the SD card. Okay, if you already have it, just replace it. Just for the new people that have not done this yet. Okay. Now we close the folders here. Okay. Let's open up power saves and insert your Ocarina of Time game. So your cartridge. If you have a digital copy, it's not gonna work. So make sure you go buy the actual cartridge. You can buy it for GameStop for 20 bucks on Nintendo Select. If you buy the regular copy, it's gonna be about $40. Okay, so you guys can see this is the Ocarina of Time cartridge because power saves only detects cartridges. Okay, so very important. Make sure you create a backup because this will delete your data. And I already have my backup here, my original data. All right. If you don't care, then go right ahead, and we're gonna make another backup aside from the aside from the original data that you have saved. So I'm gonna create a backup. This is gonna be for Homebrew. Okay, so rename it to whatever you want. I'm gonna rename it to you can rename it to anything. I'm gonna call it let's call it I guess I'll call it Nintendo Switch or whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Alright, so that's my backup. Okay, perfectly. We're done here. Now let's go back over here. Now let's go to the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Let's go to Yellow's 8 repository and it'll take you to this page right here. Okay, so this is the latest, which is 9 15th of 2016. So September 15th of 2016. And we're gonna download the first one right here, which is 14.1 megabytes. So let's download it. Okay, make sure you have WinRAR to extract the files. So I'm gonna go to I'm gonna click right here, extract, and should be good in a couple seconds. Okay, perfect. Let me minimize these two right here. All right, and I'm gonna go to my downloads real quick. I'm gonna look for OOTHAX or OOTHAX, whatever you want to call it. Right here it is, and we're gonna open it, and we're gonna see save images power saves. We're gonna open the second folder with the power saves, and now we're gonna see two folders that are identical. This was, if the files on this one does not work, try the 45FE, which is the same thing. They have almost the same files pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna open up the second one right here, C2FE. And very important, make sure you know what region your 3DS is from. So if your letter ends in E in the firmware, you're gonna use the Europe, J for Japan, and U for USA. Okay, now let's open up our power saves folder. So we're gonna go to a local disk, and we're gonna go to users. We're gonna go to the first folder, whatever you rename it to. Doesn't matter. Forgot what the original name comes with, right? And here it is, power saves 3DS. So try to locate it. At times it will not appear here, so try to look for it. Okay, so I'm gonna open up power saves, and very important, remember, try this one right here, card IDs C2FE. Right, open this one, and make sure you know where region your 3DS is from. So mine says USA, and I'm gonna click it. So you're gonna see so many files here. You can see so many files, and it's gonna be confusing, right? So we have here N3DS, which is the new 3DS, and we have the post 5, which is 2DS or old 3DS. Okay, so here's a little tip so you guys could identify which payload you're gonna be using. So come back to the HomeBrew launcher, and as you can see, we're gonna be shown this right here. And remember, 11.2 update. So far, this payload has not been updated. So these payloads that we see here, these are the payloads from 11.1, which work on the 11.2 update. So identify whatever system you're using. So old 3DS and new 3DS. Oh wait, my mistake. 2DS and old 3DS. We're gonna run the old 3DS payload, and new 3DS, you're gonna be using the new 3DS or new 3DS XL. So me personally, I'm gonna go with the old, and select the oldest firmware you had before, 11.1. As we can see, we cannot go to the 2 because they have not updated the system. So 11.1.0-34. Okay, now very important, make sure you identify the last letter of the firmware from your 3DS. So mine is U, and I'm just gonna click download, and just gonna open it here. And as you can see, this is the payload I should be getting, post 5U26624. Okay, so let me go back here. Where you at? Where? Okay, let me minimize this rear right here. So post 5U6624. So I'm gonna look for it, and it's mainly the last one here. So I'm gonna get this folder, this payload right here from the OOTHAX, I'm just gonna drag it to the power saves folder. Okay. Rename it to whatever you want. So I'm gonna rename it to something easy that I could identify. So I'm gonna name it Starbucks. Or whatever you want to. Perfect. Very important. Now, on power saves, whatever you backed up and renamed it to, make sure you find that one. So I'm gonna try to look for Nintendo Switch. Okay. So let's look for Nintendo Switch here, or whatever you renamed it to. Okay. Perfect. So, as you can see, it gives me the info Nintendo Switch, which is the last characters before .bin. Alright, I'm gonna click it, and it's gonna basically highlight it for me. So I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna copy, and right here, rename it to whatever you want. Just rename anything random, doesn't have, so it could be like pretty much lost. So I'm gonna look for Starbucks here real quick. So that's the file I got from the OOTHAX. I'm gonna try to look for Starbucks here. There's so many files that I don't even use no more. Okay, here it is. Starbucks. It was hiding all the way in the bottom. So I'm gonna make sure it gets highlighted. I'm gonna press backspace, and I'm just gonna paste it. That's it. So once you're done with this, then you should be good to go. Once again, make sure you use the old payload with 11.1 and identify whatever firmware you have. For the 3DS region, E for Europe, U for USA, J for Japan, and select whatever, and this should give you the payload, and that's the one you're gonna use. Okay. So basically, the old 3DS and new 3DS, it's basically the same characters. The only thing that changes is the N3DS and Post 5. I'll show you guys real quick here. Alright, let me go to my downloads real quick. Okay, where is it? Okay, let me go to power saves here real quick, so I could show you guys. Okay, let me come here. So remember, my last folder was, the file that I used was Post 5 U26624. As you can see, I already used it. And if you see the N3DS, and it's with the same characters. It's the same, it's basically the same characters, just the N3DS switches with the Post 5. So that's pretty much how you identify your 3DS. Okay? So we're done with that. Alright, let's go back to the power saves. And make sure you have your cartridge in there. Select the name you created as a backup for the hacks, and press restore, and press yes. If you don't get an error message, then you're good to go. If you get an error message, then you did something wrong. Okay, so as you can see, it renamed, and now we got Post 5 U26624. Okay, and this is the one I did for my new 3DS. So as you can see, it's the same thing, just what switches is the N3DS with Post 5. Okay, as you can see, basically the same file, just the characters changes for the specific 3DS. Okay, so now close this, remove your SD card and place it back to your 3DS, because I know a lot of people get the red screen because either they didn't get their SD card back into your 3DS and they'll have an error. Okay, very important here, make sure you reboot your 3DS, just so everything could load properly on the SD card, and insert your game back into your 3DS. Okay. So if everything was done correctly, everything should be good to go. So as you can see, the first one, hacks, that's the one I'm gonna select. So whatever data you had there is pretty much wiped off. So select that one, press start, and once his health bar loads, press A, and HomeBrew should be launched. If you keep getting the red screen or keep getting boot to the menu, then you did something wrong. So make sure you go through everything and try to figure out where you did that wrong. So once you're done, everything should be good to go. And I already tried out the other apps that were pretty much blocked in the other update. That does not work yet. Everything's still not functioning. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So other than that, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the subscribe button. Not subscribe. hit the like button. Okay? If you want to support the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, then that's fine. And any questions, feel free to let me know. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.